welcome everybody to Saturday morning slow flow. We're gonna start on our back here. Come there whenever you are ready. Just take a few moments to arrive. Let that focus come to your breath. Don't feel like you have to control your breath just yet, but notice it, observe it. Let it take over. Let it guide you to your mat. Let it ground you to your mat. Eventually it will push all your other distractions to the background so that we can be here fully focused on our mat, our practice, fully present to our mat, our practice. And once you feel like you've got your full focus on your breath, then you can add that element of control to your breath. Just breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. Let your breaths become longer, slower, deeper. As you inhale, you're pulling that breath all the way down into your belly. As you exhale, you're pushing it all the way out. And you really can start to move with that breath, with that one breath, one movement. So when you're ready to start moving, right, just take your knees, hug them into your chest. Kind of rock back and forth from side to side a little bit. Wake up that spine a little bit. Press that sacrum into the mat so you feel it as you're rocking back and forth. Just take about 2 or 3 breaths right here. And then from there, take your hands to the crease of your knees. We're going to rock ourselves up to easy sit, right? So that's that crisscross position. Doesn't matter which leg you take in front. We're going to do kind of a modified lotus flow here. We're going to do it the first time through with our more comfortable leg in front, nice and slow, and then we're going to do it a second time through. We're going to move faster. We're going to move with our breath, and we'll switch legs when we do it that second time, all right? So right now, take your hands up to the sky, and then as you exhale, just drop your right hand outside your right hip. Reach that left hand up and over. Inhale, rise back up. And as you exhale here, you're going to drop your left hand to your left side. Reach that right hand up and over. Inhale, rise back up. Now this time, as you exhale, you're going to twist to the right. Drop your left hand back behind you. Take your right hand outside, drop your right hand back behind you. Take your left hand outside your right knee. Screw everybody up. You're looking over your right shoulder. Right? We're just taking that simple twist. Turn your chest as much as you can towards the right side of the room. Now, stay in the twist here. Keep your left hand on your right knee. Lift your right hand up off the mat and reach your right fingertips over your left shoulder. Right? You're still looking to the right, you're looking underneath the right armpits. You're still spiraling to the right. Now, drop your right hand back down behind you, back where it was, right? And maybe you can get just a little bit deeper into that twist. Peel that right shoulder back a little further. Now untwist here. Let's do that the other way. So as you exhale, drop your left hand back behind you. Take your right hand outside your left knee. Look over your left shoulder. Into the twist. Open your chest to the left side of the room. Now from here, you're going to pick up your left hand. Reach it over your right shoulder. Look underneath your left armpit. Chest open towards the left side of the room. Now, as we sweep that left hand back down, put it back down behind your hip. You're opening up just a little bit more. All right, now untwist here, bring it all back to center. Take your hands up to the sky. This time as we exhale, you're gonna drop your hands back behind you. Point your fingertips towards your glutes, right? Lean back onto your hands. Put my hands out, right, so you can see. Now, you're gonna pull your shoulder blades together, push that chest forward. If you want to here, right, you can press your palms into the mat, push your knees forward, lift your hips up, right? Come here. If that doesn't feel great to you, and keep your hips on the ground. You're looking up to the ceiling. All right, now let your hips float down if you lifted them up. Bring your shoulders back up over your hips. Sweep your hands up to the sky, lengthen out again. Turn your palms towards the front of the room, and then just drop your hands in front of your shins. You're gonna walk it forward here, coming into that fold. Keeping your hips on the ground, keeping your back flat. Just bring your chest as far forward as you can without rounding out. You should feel that pull in your hips. That's what we're going for. And then we're slowly gonna walk back up here. All right, as we walk back up here, now you're gonna switch your legs. Take that opposite leg in front. All right, and we're gonna do that whole sequence again. Now that you know it, we're gonna go a little bit faster through it, all right? So sweep your hands up to the sky, drop your right hand to your right side, reach that left hand up and over, taking the side bend. Come back up, both arms overhead. Now drop your left hand, reach that right hand up and over. Come back up here, go into the twist. First your right hand goes back behind you, left hand goes outside your right knee. And once you're in the twist, pick that right hand up, reach it over your left shoulder. Drop it back down, twist a little deeper. Now untwist, take both hands up. Let's twist to the left, take your left hand back behind you, right hand outside your left knee. Look over your left shoulder. Pick your left hand up, reach it over your right shoulder. And then drop it back down behind you. Just going around. Get a little deeper into the twist. Now we're going to untwist here. Take your hands up to the sky. Sweep them back behind you. Fingertips towards the glutes. Lean back, open your chest. If you want to lift your hips, you can. Otherwise, keep them down. Drop back down if you lifted your hips. Sweep your hands up overhead. Turn your palms towards me. Take that fold here over your legs. Now this time, it's going to feel a little bit tighter, but this is our last pose in the second round, right? So we're getting a little bit warmer. You're still going to feel that pull in your hips. All right, now slowly come back up here. As we come back up, now we're going to come into tabletop, right? So that's that hands and knees pose. Bring your shoulders over your wrists. Get your hips over your knees. Let's take a couple cat-cows here to get the body and breath in perfect sync. So you're going to inhale, lift your chin up to the sky, tuck your tailbone under, let your belly drop. That's cow. Exhale, tuck your chin to your chest, round out your back, hollow your armpits. That's cat. Just keep moving here. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. So you can be going faster or slower than me, right? You can be going faster or slower than anybody else. Just get to that place where you're moving with one breath, one movement, matching your movement to your breath. Right? Don't match your movement to my breath. Match your movement to your breath. Find the natural rhythm of it. All right, now, eventually, we're going to meet back in neutral tabletop. So come to your neutral tabletop. Now you're going to tuck your toes under. Lift your hips up and back. Come into your first down dog of the morning. So your fingers are spread wide like starfish. You're going to put your finger in front of the mat. You're pushing your belly towards your upper thighs. That's movement if you want to. Bend one knee, then the other. Now walk in the dog. You're swaying your hips from side to side. You're just staying still. From here, you're going to bend your knees, look between your thumbs, bring your feet towards your hands. Come to forward fold. Touching the upper thighs, head hanging heavy and long. Bend your knees as much as you need to get your belly to your thighs. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. Shows your creases in the back of your neck. As we inhale here, take your half lift monkey, pull the shoulders even with the hips. So now your back is flat and the crown of your head is pointed forward. And then as you exhale, fold back down, belly to thighs. This time as we inhale, we're going to take a big reverse swan dive. Come all the way up to standing. Step back a little bit here so you can see my whole body. Right? I'm holding my hands overhead. It's like you're holding a small ball overhead. Right? We're going to lean to the right. So it's like you're taking a side bend, right? That left bicep's coming over the left ear. You're reaching that ball towards the left side of the room. But then you're going to bend your knees just slightly. Keep dropping that ball down until it comes right outside your right foot. Slide it over to the left. And we're going to rise all the way up. So we made a big circle. As you come all the way up, right, make sure you lean again to the right. Right? Then pull it back up, and we're going to go the other way. So we start by leaning to the left in a basic side bend, right? But then you bend your knees, drop down, hands come outside the left foot, sweep along to the right side of the right foot, and then come back up, keep sweeping over. So you lean slightly to the left, and then bring it all the way up. Now this time as you exhale, take cactus arms, bend your elbows, open your chest. Right? So your elbows are even with your shoulders, you're pulling the shoulder blades together so the chest opens. Take a back bend here. Push your hips forward, take your chest and your gaze up. Then you're going to inhale, come up tall again, take your arms up overhead. Now interlace your hands overhead. Press your palms up towards the ceiling, and as you exhale, tuck your chin to your chest and push those hands straight in front of you so your palms go towards the top of your mat. You should feel that little stretch in your neck. Right? From here, you're just going to let your hands come down, hinge at the hip, just let yourself come all the way back down into forward fold. All right? Once we're here, now you're going to plant your hands on the mat. Step or float back to plank. So plank, we've got our shoulders over our wrists, hips just below the shoulders, right? Now if you want to do this from a modified plank, you can drop your knees. Your knees got to be back behind your hips so your body's in one straight line from your shoulders to your knees if you're doing it from your knees. So on your knees or on your toes, we're going to go through that chaturanga, the yogi push-up. You bend your elbows, let them hug to your ribs. Let them scrape along your ribs as you lower yourself all the way down to your belly on this first one. So your hands are by your sides, palms face down, elbows are pointed straight behind you. Right? And then as we inhale, we're going to lift up into a baby cobra. So just pulling that chest up slightly. Right? In baby cobra, your hands should be able to lift off the mat using just your back strength to hold you up. Right? So you can be in baby cobra. You can have your hands on the mat if you want to, right? You should just be able to lift them. If you want to go really into a deeper back bend here, then you're going to come to up dog. Press your palms into the mat, straighten your arms, pull your chest up and through. Come all the way to up dog, right? So you can be an up dog, you can be in baby cobra, whatever feels better to you. Wherever you are here, you're going to flip your feet, lift your hips up and back, and come back to down dog. All right, so let's do that another couple times through. We're going to start to move a little bit faster now. We're going to move with our breath. So we bend the knees, look between the thumbs, bring the feet forward to the hands, come to forward fold. Inhale. Half lift monkey. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, come all the way up to standing. Hold that small ball. Lean it to the right, take your circle all the way around, come up to the left. Remember, you're leaning back over to the right as you come up. Then we switch directions. Go to the left, bend your knees, drop down, sweep it all the way around, come back up. Lean to the left, bring your arms back up overhead, drop into cactus arms, open the chest. Shift your back bend, hips forward, chest and gaze up. Inhale, come up tall, interlace your hands overhead, press them to the sky, and then tuck your chin to your chest, push your arms forward, take that little round, little neck opener, then let your hands draw you all the way back down into forward fold. Another half lift monkey, fold back down, plant your hands, step or float back to plank, from your knees or from your toes as you exhale, lower through that chaturanga. Inhale to baby cobra, or all the way to up dog. Exhale, shift, down dog. All right, one more time through. Bend your knees, look between your thumbs, bring your feet forward to your hands. Inhale, half lift to monkey. Exhale, hold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, bring it all the way up. As we come all the way up, we hold a small ball, lean it to the right, let it take you all the way around and up, lean to the right again, and take it the other way. Start to lean to the left, let it take you all the way down, and all the way up, lean back over to the left, bring your arms back up overhead, drop to cactus arms, open the chest, shift into your back bend. Inhale, stand tall. Exhale, swan dive it all the way down. Oh, wait, I skipped the round, right? Come back up if you went down. Interlace your hands, push them up to the sky, tuck your chin to your chest right out because it feels good. So we don't want to skip that one. Then we're going to take it all the way down. Forward fold. Half lift to monkey. Fold, plant your hands, step or float, back to plank. From your knees or from your toes as you exhale, lower down. Inhale to baby cobra, or all the way to up dog, and then exhale, shift. Down dog. Now this time, from down dog, right? You're gonna bend your knees, look between your thumbs, bring your feet forward, your hands again. But as we inhale, we're gonna come into chair. So you're gonna bend your knees, send your hips back and down, feel your upper body up. Reach your hands forward, right? They can go straight up if that feels good to you, or they can just be straight ahead, right? We want those hands to be reaching forward as you're in your chair. Now you still wanna be able to look down, see your toes, wiggle your toes, wait till back on your heels, your hips are far enough back that your knees are covering your toes. And what we're gonna do from here, right? You're gonna make fists with your hands. You're gonna pull your elbows into your ribs. As you do that, shift forward, lift your heels. Okay, so we're in the balls of the feet. Now drop your heels, reach your hands back forward, stay in your chair the whole time. We're gonna do that 3 more times, right? Fists, pull to the ribs, lift your heels. Drop your heels, reach forward. Pull the elbows to the ribs, lift your heels. Drop your heels, reach forward. Just one more time here. Make fists, pull them to your ribs, lift the heels, drop the heels, reach forward. Take one more deep breath here. And then on your next inhale, you're gonna press through the balls of your feet, the sides of your heels, come all the way up to standing. This time, press your palms together and take a back bend. This is gonna feel good after those chairs. Inhale, come up tall. Exhale, swan dive it back down. Let's take a float here. Half lift to monkey. Fold back down. Plant your hands. Step or float back to plank. Exhale through your chaturanga. Inhale to cobra, up dog. Exhale, shift. Down dog. All right, now from here, bend your knees. Look between your thumbs. Bring your feet forward. Your hands come to forward fold. I messed it up. We'll do it right from here. Let's keep our right foot forward. Step your left foot way back behind you. Okay, so come to runner's lunge. You want your right knee right over your right ankle, your left leg nice and long. Now we're gonna drop the left heel here. Let your left toes turn towards the left side of the room. You want your right heel lined up with your left heel. Right now, your belly's on your right thigh, kind of looking in front of you. We're gonna rise up to warrior one. You're just gonna peel your upper body up off that right leg. Take your hands up to the sky. So square your hips towards the top of your mat. Keep that deep bend in your right knee. Spin your pinky fingers in towards each other. Look back though. And then maybe start to reach those hands back behind you. Let your chest go up towards the sky, but keep that bend in your right knee. Now bring your arms back up overhead. We're gonna let our hips turn to the left, and you're gonna take your arms long. So you're just right here in this warrior two. Still got that deep bend in the right knee, sending that right knee out towards the pinky toe side of the foot. You don't want it to cave in towards your body, right? That's really bad for your knee. So keep it going towards the outside. Look right over the middle finger on your right hand here. So your hips are open to the left, your gaze is going towards the top of your mat. Now bend into your right elbow here. Drop your right elbow to your right knee. Take your left hand overhead. So we're here in side angle, right? If you can, you're gonna reach those left fingertips towards the front of the room, taking your left bicep right over your left ear. What you don't want is for your chest to cave towards the ground. If that happens, keep that left arm going straight up. All right, now we're coming to reverse warrior. So you're gonna peel your torso up. Let your left hand come along your left thigh. Reach that right hand all the way up and over. You got to keep bending into your right knee here, right? Don't straighten your right leg. If it feels better to have your left hand wrapped around your back, do that. You can look up at your right fingertips or back over your left shoulder. All right, now, from your reverse warrior, take both hands up to the sky and bring your palms together. Pull your hands to heart center, and then turn your torso back towards the front of the room. Just keep twisting to the right. You're gonna bring your left elbow towards your right knee. So come into that prayer twist. Maybe you can hook it over, maybe it's just the inside. If you wanna let your left heel lift here, you can. That'll get you deeper into the twist. If you need to keep the heel down for stability, you keep the heel down. All right, now as we untwist, everybody's gonna drop their left heel again. You're gonna untwist, but keep your legs where they are. Just push your right leg straight. Turn your hips towards the left again. So right toe stay pointed towards the top of your mat. Take your hands up to the sky. Now you're gonna grab your right wrist with your left hand. And just pull to the back of the room into your sky archer. So you're opening up that whole right side body. Heels still lined up. Left toes pointed left, right toes pointed forward. Now release your hands here. Keep your legs straight. Take your arms out to that T position again. So now it's like we're in warrior two, except with a straight leg. We're gonna take it to triangle. So you're gonna hinge at the hip. Start to reach your right fingertips towards the top of your mat. Just reach, 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 reach. When you can't get any further, then let your right hand come down on the inside of your right thigh. Take your left hand, reach it up to the sky. All right, so your shoulders stack, your hips stack. So you draw that right hip forward a little bit, push that left hip back. Right, maybe it means your right hand comes further up your leg, that's okay. Here you should be looking up at your right fingertips or down, or up at your left fingertips or down at your right toes. All right, now we're gonna flow here. You're just gonna bend into your right knee again. Let your chest turn towards your right thigh. Drop your hands on either side of your right foot. Turn those left toes forward. Step your right foot back to meet your left. Flow here. Exhale through your chaturanga. Inhale to cobra up dog. Exhale down dog. We're gonna just move a little further back here so that I stay on the screen while we do this next part. All right, so this time you're gonna take your left leg and reach it up to the sky. And then you're gonna bend into your left knee. Step your left foot between your thumbs. Runner's lunge that way, right? If you need to come to forward fold and step back, that's fine too. But you want your left knee here with your left knee over your left ankle, right leg nice and long. Now you're spinning that right heel down. So your right heel still lines up with your left, but now your right toes are pointed to the right. We're gonna rise up into warrior one. Peel your chest up off that left thigh. Take your hands up to the sky. So again, you're squaring your hips to the front of the room. Reaching up high, spin your pinky fingers in towards each other, look up at them. And then maybe you can lean back with your torso, right? Keep that bend in your left knee. Come back up here, shoulders over the hips, and then turn your hips towards the right side of the room and take your arms out long. So come to your warrior two here. Deep bend in that left knee, send that left knee to the pinky toe side of the foot. In warrior two, your hips are towards the right, but you're looking towards the top of your mat, looking right over your left finger. Keep your shoulders right over your hips. Right, keep everything in line here. We're not reaching forward, we're not leaning back. We'll do some of that later. In warrior two, everything's aligned. We're our powerful warriors. All right, now we're gonna bend into the left elbow, drop to the left thigh, take that right hand, reach it up and over. So now you're in your side angle, right? Maybe your right hand has to stay up. Don't let your chest cave down. Don't let your arm come in front of your face. Feel like this, right? Keep it overhead. You want your chest to be up and open. The crown of your head is towards the top of your mat. All right, now keep that bend in your left knee. Use your core strength. Pull up, drop your right hand along your right thigh, scoop that left hand up and over into reverse warrior. Keep bending into your left knee. Keep reaching back with those left fingertips. Create a little space. You want to wrap your right hand around your back, you can. Look up at your left fingertips or look over your right shoulder. All right, now here we're going to take both hands overhead. Right, pull your hands to heart center, and then turn your torso back towards the front of the mat. Just keep twisting this time to the left. If you want to let your right heel lift, you can. Keep your thumbs in heart center. Just turn your chest towards the left side of the room. So this prayer twist, lunge to the left. If you want to keep your left heel down, or your right heel down, sorry, for stability, keep your right heel down. But as we come out of this, everybody's going to drop that right heel, right? You rise up, you push your left leg straight. Let your hips turn back towards the right side of the room. Take your hands up to the sky. Grab your left wrist with your right hand. Pull towards the back of the room. So now we're here in Sky Archer. release your hands here, take them out to a T. Look right over the middle finger on your left hand. And then reach those left fingertips towards the front of the room. Reach, reach, reach. Keep your chest up and open when you can't reach any further. Then let your left hand come down on the inside of your left thigh. Take your right shoulder, stack it on top of your left. That's your triangle. Right? Again, maybe think about squaring your hips, pull that left hip forward, draw the right hip back. Maybe your left hand comes a little further up your left leg. All good. All right, now bend into that left knee. Let your hands land down on either side of your left foot. Turn your right toes forward. Step your right foot back. Reach your left. Let's flow here. Exhale through your chaturanga. Inhale to cobra, up dog. Exhale, shift. Down dog. All right, now we're going to bend our knees here. Look between the thumbs. Bring the feet forward to your hands. So come to forward fold. We're going to turn around again. We're going back into the chair. So as you inhale, bend your knees, send your hips back and down, take your hands forward. Now, just like before, right, you make the fists, pull the elbows to the ribs. As you do that, lift your heels. Drop your heels, reach your hands forward again. All right, let's do it 3 more times. Pull the elbows in, lift the heels. Drop the heels, reach forward. Stay in your chair the whole time. Pull it in, lift it. Drop it down, reach. 1 more time. Pull the elbows in and lift your heels. Drop your heels down and reach. 1 more breath here, sink low into your chair. And then as you inhale, come all the way up. Press your palms together, take a back bend. Inhale, stand tall. Exhale, swan dive it all the way down, forward fold. Flow here, take a half lift monkey, plant your hands, come to your plank or modified plank. As you exhale, lower through your chaturanga, inhale to baby cobra, all the way to up dog, and then exhale, shift, down dog. All right, now take your right leg, lift it up to the sky. Now we're going to bend into the right knee. We're going to step that right foot through between our thumbs, come to runner's lunge. If it takes you more than 1 breath to get there, it's okay. You want that right knee right over your right ankle and your left leg nice and long. Now we're going to drop the left heel to the mat here. We're going to go through the parts that we've been through in this flow a little bit faster, but we've got some stuff to add on too. But it starts the same way. We rise up into our warrior 1. Spin your pinky fingers in, lean back. And then we come up, shift our hips to the left, drop it open into warrior 2. Bend your right elbow, drop your elbow down to your thigh, take that left hand up, or up and over into your side angle. Keep the bend in your right knee, take it back to your reverse warrior. And from your reverse warrior, right, take our hands up to the sky, pull them to heart center, turn your chest towards the front of the mat, and just keep twisting to the right. From here we come up, right? Untwist, you straighten that right leg, hands go up to the sky, grab your right wrist with your left hand, pull back into sky archer. Release your hands, take them long. Pretend somebody grabbed a hold of your right wrist, they yank you over towards the top of your mat. When you can't get any further, let that right hand come down, stack that left shoulder on top. Now we're gonna add on from here, right? So we're gonna come up from our triangle, right? Bring your hands to heart center. Keep your right leg straight. Bend into your left knee, so towards the back of the mat. Just touch your left elbow to your left knee. You can make it low if you want to, right? And then from there, you're gonna push that left leg straight. Bend into your right knee, bring your right elbow towards your right knee. Again, we can make this low if we want to, letting the right heel lift. You don't have to. Now, wherever you are here, right, push into that right foot. We're gonna come all the way up to 5-pointed star, right? So as you rise up, you're turning those right toes towards the left edge of your mat. Take your hands up to the sky. Make yourself as tall as you can. Lengthen out your spine. Now, turn your heels in and your toes out. And you're gonna bend your knees, drop your hips, bend your elbows. Elbows come to shoulder level, just like in the sun salutation. So we're here in our goddess pose, right? Like there's a string on your tailbone, pulling you low. Now here, like we did in the chairs, you're gonna lift your heels, come to the balls of your feet. As you do this, take your hands, reach them up towards the ceiling. So you're straightening your arms. Now drop your heels, take it back to those cactus arms. All right, do that twice more. Lift your heels, reach up, drop your heels, cactus arms. Do it one more time. Lift your heels, reach up, drop your heels, cactus arms. This time as we come back into our goddess, you're just gonna push your legs straight, turn your toes back towards the front, or back towards the left edge of your mat, and drop down all the way into your wide forward fold. So your hands come to the mat, crown of your head goes towards the mat. Get yourself as low as you can. Maybe you're taking your hands to the same ankle and pulling down, bending your elbows. Maybe walk those hands back behind you, let it draw your head a little lower. I want you to feel this in your hamstrings. Take one more breath. All right, now from here, we're gonna yogi walk around back towards our right foot. So you're gonna turn your right toes back towards the front of the room, walk hand over hand, bend back into that right knee. So you're coming back to runner's lunge here. Okay, so you've got that bend in the right knee over the right ankle, left leg nice and long. We're gonna rise up here. You're gonna peel your upper body up off that right leg, and you're gonna sweep your hands back behind you. Okay, so as your hands sweep back behind you, your palms are up to the sky, your thumbs are coming together, you're the thunderbolt. Now, stay right here with your chest hovering over your right thigh. Don't move your legs or your torso, just move your arms. Now reach them in front of you, so your palms face each other, and your thumbs go up to the sky. Turn your palms down towards the ground, sweep them back behind you. All right, do that twice more. Reach them forward, sweep them back. Reach them forward, sweep them back. Now this time you're going to sweep your hands forward as they get all the way forward. Now just let yourself lower down, put your hands on either side of your right foot. Turn your left toes towards the front of the room. Step your right foot back, meet your left, and take your flow here. Exhale through chaturanga. Inhale to cobra or up dog. And exhale, shift. Down dog. All right, so we gotta do that one more time on the left side. So take your left leg, lift it up to the sky. Bend your knee, curl it to your chest, step it all the way through, come to runner's lunge. So you want your left knee right over your left ankle, right leg nice and long. Spin that right heel down to the mat. Look towards the top of your mat and rise up into warrior one. Swing your hips towards the front, reach up high. Spin your pinky fingers in towards each other, leaning back. And then from there, let yourself come up, turn your hips towards the right edge of your mat, take your arms out long, warrior two, looking right over the middle finger on your left hand. Right? Drop down to your left elbow, let your left elbow come to your left thigh, reach that right hand up, maybe up and over, keep your chest open. Pull it into your reverse warrior. Left hand comes along the left thigh, right hand comes along the right thigh, left hand reaches up and over. Keep bending into that left knee, right? All right, now keep that bend in the left knee. Take your hands up to the sky, bring your palms together, pull them to heart center, turn your chest towards the front of the room. Just keep twisting. Come to your twisted lunge. Now we untwist here into sky archer. So as you untwist, you straighten that left leg, but feet stay where they are. Hands go up to the sky. Grab your left wrist with your right hand. Pull to the back of the room. Release your hands here. Take them long, and then start to hinge at the hip. Reach towards the front of the room. Reach till you can't anymore. Then drop your hand down. Stack your right shoulder on top. Come to your triangle. All right. Now, we're going to add on here. Remember, right? We rise up, bring your hands to heart center. Bend into your right knee. Sorry, we're going to the back first. Right knee, touch your right elbow to your right knee. Again, you can make this low if you want to, or you can keep it up high, just elbow to knee. Then we take that Skandasana to the front of the room, right? So again, you can take it low, bend into your left knee. Keep it high, whatever feels good to you. From here, we're coming all the way up into five-pointed star, right? So you come up, turn both sets of toes towards the right edge of the mat. Take your hands up to the sky. Turn your heels in and your toes out. Bend your knees, drop your hips, bend your elbows, come down to your goddess, right? This is the same pose we did on the other side. We're just facing a different side of the room, right? So your second time through, get a little lower. All right, we're gonna lift our heels again. As you lift your heels, you take your hands up to the sky. And then you drop your heels, bring it back to cactus arms. Maybe you're sinking a little lower. Each time, do it twice more. Lift the heels, reach up, drop it all back down. Lift the heels, reach up, drop it all back down. All right, now From here, we straighten the legs, turn the toes towards the right side of the room, drop it all the way down into your wide forward fold. Get low, crumb the head towards the ground. And then we're gonna yogi walk it to the left, right? So your left toes turn back towards the front of the room, walk hand over hand, bend back into that left knee. Get to where your hands are on either side of your left foot. Right heel's dropped. You can lift your right heel during the sequence if you want to, right? It makes it a little more challenging. But you're gonna peel your upper body up off that left thigh. Sweep your hands back behind you. So your palms are up to the sky, thumbs are coming together. Stay hovering over your left thigh. Don't move your torso, just sweep your arms in front of you. Let your palms face each other, thumbs up to the sky. Sweep them back, bring them forward, sweep them back, bring them forward. And this time as they come all the way forward, now just drop your hands down to the mat. Turn your right toes forward, step your left foot back to meet your right. Come to plank, go through your chaturanga, up dog, and down dog. All right, now from your down dog, bend your knees, look between your thumbs. Bring your feet forward, your hands come to forward fold. This time, as we come to forward fold, you're gonna toe heel your feet out wide to the edges of your mat. Right, turn your heels in and your toes out, and then bend into your knees and drop your hips, come down into Malasana, right? So Malasana looks like this. If you're comfortable here, you can hang out here for a minute or so, go for it. If it's not comfortable to you, you're just wondering how long exactly a minute is, and if I'm lying about the minute, right? You don't need to do that. You can drop down to your glutes and bring the soles of your feet together. Come to your round ankle, right? If you have a block, you can sit on it. That makes it better too, but I want you to be comfortable. Let your eyes close. What we're trying to do here is reconnect with our breath. Make sure you still have full focus on the breath. Make sure you still have control of the breath. If you lost those things while we were flowing, this is your chance to get it back. Slow your breaths again. Lengthen your breaths again. Deepen your breaths again. Take 3 more breaths wherever you are. And then from here, we're just gonna do a little bit of core work, right? So we're gonna come into down dog. All right, now maybe it's a shorter stance, down dog, because you want your heels to be on the mat, right? So you walk your feet in close enough that your heels are down on the ground. And once you're there, see if you can take your right leg, lift it up to the sky. Just take it straight back behind you, right? So you're not trying to open your hip. You're just pressing that right heel towards the back wall. Hold here for 2 breaths. And then see if you can just swing that right leg open to the right. Last thing here, maybe you can lift your left hand up off the mat. Right? If you're like, no way, then drop down to your left knee and just come to spinal balance. Right? Then swing your left leg out and your right leg out. Right? So you can be in awkward pose, or you can be doing it all from down dog. Now from here, everybody's going to bring their left hand down. If you drop down to your left knee, tuck those left toes under, come back up to your down dog. All right, now, this time we want to keep that right heel on the mat, kick your left leg back behind you. Take a couple breaths here, right? Don't open your hip, right? Just push that left heel towards the back wall. It doesn't have to lift super high. Now swing your left leg out to the left. Hold it for 2 or 3 breaths right here. Now, lift your right hand up. Swing it out to the right. maybe you need to drop down to your right knee and come to awkward pose. If you're doing this at home and you're finding it really hard to hold it in down dog, I just want you to know that every single person in the studio dropped down to their knees, okay? It's hard, it's challenging. All right, now this time just drop your right hand down. If you came down to your right knee, it's okay. Take your left knee down to join it so you're on tabletop, and everybody's gonna shift back to child's pose. If you were stuck it out in down dog the whole time, drop your knees down. Come down to child's pose. All right, now from here, we're bringing it back up into our tabletop. You're gonna let your hips come to one side or the other. Okay? And then we're gonna come here. Now we're gonna do our last core thing here, and then we're gonna shift right into our stretches, right? So bring your toes to the top of the mat. Take your arms out long. Tuck your chin to your chest. Round, down. Right? Now, we're gonna take our feet up to the sky, just like we're about to come into a waterfall. Okay. What I want you to do here, cross your right leg in front of the left. So your right knee is close to your body. You're really crossing at your knees, right? Bend into your knees. Come to eagle legs, right? So ideally in eagle legs, I would hook my right toes around that left ankle. If you can't get there, right, maybe you're just here. But bend your knees, right? Keep your tailbone on the ground, but bend your knees as much as you can. Now, take your arms up to the sky. We're gonna come to eagle arms here. You're gonna cross your right arm comes, do that wrong, right, away from your body. Left arm comes closer to your body because you want your right knee and your right elbow to be the closest things to each other, all right? Now you can just give yourself a little hug where you're grabbing opposite shoulders. Maybe you can get into that full wrap where you're palm to palm. Maybe you're back to palm here, all right? So once we've got everything in place, you're gonna inhale, lift your head and shoulders up off the mat, bend your knees, pull them in towards you, maybe your tailbone lifts, touch your right knee to your right elbow. Take it all back down. We're gonna do that 4 more times. So lift up, knee to elbow. We come back down. Lift up, elbow to knee, come back down. Twice more. Take the crunch, bring it all back down. Last one, crunch, bring it all back down. Now, as we come back down here, now we unwind everything. Take your hands to your sides, take your feet back up to the sky. We gotta do that 1 more time on the other side. So this time you bring your left leg, cross it over, so your left leg is closer to you, coming into those eagle legs, right? Maybe it's just here, maybe you can get those left toes to hook around your right ankle. All right, now take your arms up. This time your left arm comes behind your right, so your right arm's closer to your body, your left elbow's closer to your left knee. And again, it could just be here where you grab opposite shoulders, maybe you get into the full eagle wrap, maybe you're just touching the back of your hand to the back of your hand. All right, we're gonna crunch up with lift the head and shoulders. Pull the knees in so everything's crunching. Bring your left elbow to your left knee. Come back down. Do it 4 more times. 4, 3, 2, last one. 1. All right, now we come back down, unwind everything. Take your hands down to the mat. Take your feet back up to the sky. Now, what I want you to do from here, you're gonna take your arms out long to a T position. They're just gonna stay there. But we're gonna go back to those eagle legs, right? So you're crossing your right knee on top this time. So right leg closer to your body, right? Come to those eagle legs, whatever that looks like for you, right? Then from there, you're gonna let those knees drop over to the left. So you're here, keeping that right shoulder anchored. Right? Now, I can keep my toes, my right toes are wrapped around my left ankle still, even as I drop my knees towards the ground, and my right shoulder's on the ground. That's all great. You might have to unwind a little bit. Maybe you gotta plant that right foot to the ground. Right? Lots of things might happen here. And it's okay. Maybe you take your left hand on top of your right knee, pull a little bit further down. Maybe not. You should feel this in your low back. It's a stretch for your low back. It's opening up those hips. Three more breaths. From there, pull your knees back up center. All right, now you're gonna unwind them and we're gonna go the other way. So this time your left leg comes closer to your body. Again, you're wrapping up into those eagle legs. Right, and once you get there, let your knees fall over to the right. Again, you want to keep this left shoulder anchored down. Maybe you take your right hand, press those knees down. Maybe you gotta unwind a little bit. Let your left foot come flat to the ground. Find your spot here. Three more breaths. Now pull your knees back up to center. Right? And then we're going to unwind. So now your legs are going straight up to the sky. We're going to do one more little stretch from here. I want you to let your legs open up. So you're making a little V here. I should angle myself towards the front so you can see. Right? So it looks like this. Now you're going to take your hands, bring them up. You want to take your hands, reach from the inside, grab the outside of your legs, and then rotate it back towards you. So it's like you're pulling your thighs towards your body. Again, that stretch in the inner thighs, a little bit in the hamstrings, good. Give yourself a little support so it's a little easier to hang out here with your legs up in the air like this. Let's take 4 more breaths here. Release your hands, bring your legs back together. Now bend into your knees and just drop your feet down to the floor. Take your hands to your sides, palms face down. We're going to go through our inversions here. So walk your heels a little bit closer to your glutes, as close as you can get them. Right? Press all 4 corners of both feet into the ground. Lift your hips up to the sky. Right? So we're coming just into a nice gentle bridge. Then you want to tuck your shoulders at least slightly so your chest puffs open. If you have a block and you want to slide it underneath your hips, make it a supported bridge, you can do that. And if you're unsupported and you want to make it really deep, you can work one entire shoulder and the other underneath your body. Clasp your hands underneath your body. That pushes your hips up even higher. Right? We're trying to increase the flexibility of our back here. We do that either with the strength in our legs when we're staying unsupported, right? You engage your quads, you engage your glutes, you engage your hamstrings. Make those legs work. Push your hips higher and increase the flexibility of your back. If you're using the block, you're using the leverage of the block to push the hips up higher, to increase the flexibility of your back. So wherever you are, let's take 2 more breaths. And then as you exhale next, let your hips float back down to the mat, nice and slow. Untuck your shoulders, let everything relax. We're going to come from here straight into waterfall, right? So like we've been doing, we take our feet straight up to the sky, both feet. Here you're just going to flex your feet like they step on the ceiling. You want your heels right over your hips. Now you can stay right here. This is waterfall. It's a great inversion. Head, hips, and shoulders are all on the ground, right? If you have a block and you put the block under your hips, that makes it slightly more intense because you elevate your hips slightly, right? Maybe you want to come to full shoulder stand. That's where you lift your hips up on your own, put your hands in the small of your back, so you're supporting yourself on your shoulders and your forearms. All right, so you decide. You can be in shoulder stand, you can be in waterfall, you can be in supported waterfall. Let your body tell you where it wants to go. If you're in shoulder stand like I am right now, want your elbows pointed straight towards the front of the room. Right, take the body weight into your shoulder girdle, not into your elbow joint. If you're in shoulder stand, your feet come half flexed, half pointed. You're about to slip them into a pair of high heels. If you're in waterfall, feet stay fully flexed, soles of the feet towards the ceiling. We're all increasing our circulation here as we send the blood from the feet where it pools all day back to the head and the heart where we need it more. We're decreasing our blood pressure naturally. And so that's good for us. And we're flooding the body with all sorts of anti-aging, anti-stress hormones. All good things happen. We get a little bit upside down. All right, when you're ready to come out of this, we're all going to come out of it the same way. We bend the knees. Let them scrape right along the face and body. Slowly drop your feet back down to the mat. And settle in here. Roll your sacrum, that's the low part of your back, to the mat. Really feel it pressing in. Then take your feet up again. This time, your heels might not come right over your hips, right? Because you've got to keep that sacrum pressing into the mat. And once you've got your feet up to the sky, separate them, maybe slightly, maybe a lot. Bend your knees, maybe slightly, maybe a lot. Reach up with your same hand for your same foot. Right? If you don't grab your foot, you're grabbing your ankle or your shin or your knee. But you've got to make sure that sacrum's still pressing into the mat. Once you've got all that together, you can start that rock from side to side. It should feel like a little spinal massage. It should feel really good. If it doesn't feel good, then just don't do it. You can stay still instead. Right? Maybe you're like thinking that it would feel even better if you change your leg position now. You can do that, right? Your legs come wider, straighter, bend more, come in more. Just find somewhere to be where this feels really, really delicious to you. Hang out there for another couple breaths. All right, from here, take your knees, hug them all the way in to your chest. And then we're going to take a final twist here. So just like we did in this twisted roots, right, with the eagle legs, we take the arms out to a T. But this time we just keep our knees together. Drop both knees over to the right. Your left knee just stacks right on top of your left. You keep that left shoulder anchored. You take your right hand and press down on your knees. You can extend your legs so that your toes go toward your right fingertips, or you can stay where you are. Just keep that left shoulder anchored. That's what's giving you the twist. Inhale next, bring your knees back to center. And as you exhale, drop them over to the left. Take your chin, your gaze to the right. Maybe press down on your knees here, or just stay where you are. We always finish off with this twist. It seals off our practice. Let's our bodies remember everything that happened today. So next time we come practice yoga, it's all a little easier. Go everywhere a little deeper. All right, on your next inhale, bring your knees back to center here. Give them one final hug into your chest. And we'll set up for our final pose, our Shavasana. Let your legs go out long. Take your hands to your sides, palms face down. That's your traditional Shavasana, flat on your back. You don't have to stay there if it's not comfortable to you. You can bend your knees, butterfly your legs, roll to your side, roll to your belly. Just find somewhere to be where you're perfectly comfortable, where you're going to be able to stay perfectly still, where your mind is going to be able to go perfectly quiet. All right, I'm going to come around people that are in the studio. Give you a little spray in your towel with the sandalwood citrus. Sandalwood will relax you. Citrus to keep you slightly energized. If you're at home, you have a towel, just put it over your eyes. Or just close your eyes. Don't try to control your breath anymore. Let your breath do what it wants to do. But keep noticing your breath, keep observing your breath. And we can master that, right? Releasing control of the breath, but keeping that full focus on the breath. Then our breath can take us right to a place where there's nothing left in the mind, but you and your breath. When you get there, that's your true quiet of the mind. Now slowly start to come back into the room. Wiggle your fingers, your toes, feeling that increased sensation that comes with the quiet mind. If you want to here, you can take your arms overhead, do a nice full deep body stretch. And from there, just roll over onto your right side in the fetal position. Take a couple breaths right there. Just reacclimate to our space. Let the sights and the sounds of the room come back to you. Take as long as you need right here. Then when you're ready, only when you're ready, push yourself up to seated. And heel close here. So let's close with our two Bhamara breaths and then an Om. The Bhamara breath, we inhale as we exhale, make that humming sound in the back of the throat. The Om is the universal syllable. It uses all parts of the throat. You can join me in the breaths, or if you'd rather just listen, just listen. But let's all close our eyes here and we'll inhale together. Inhaling again. And then we'll inhale one final time and Om. Let your eyes drift open. Bring your hands to heart center. Thank you, all of you, for sharing your energy, your practice with me this morning. The light in me honors the light in each of you. Namaste. All right. I will see you guys all tomorrow morning for some gentle, so come join me for that. I hope everybody has a great rest of your weekend.